What's going on, everybody? Good to see you guys. Glad y'all are here. We have some news coming up in just a little bit, so some news reports could shake and bake a little bit. Of course, the big news is tomorrow, and the biggie is Friday. So we should have. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But first, let's see who's in here this morning. Dagdor, morning. How are you? I'm glad you're here. So good to see you in here. So glad you're here with us. John, good morning. Carrie Benz, what's up, dude? Thanos, my guy, Thanos. Eons, the big money winner. Eons has won like 2 of the last 3 money giveaways. Eons rolling in the dough over there. Max, not the first one in here this morning. What's up with that? Good to see you, Max. Glad you're here. West Coast, the man with many names. What's up, bro? What's up? Well, you see the thumbnail, and there is a poll in chat. Is this the relief rally we're looking for? Do we get it? Do we not get it? A little more downside than upside? Let me know, guys, what you think. And we'll go over that. I have an opinion on that. So yeah. Bitcoin kind of just hanging out since yesterday. Let's take a look at our sessions. Step down to 24 minutes. So, what can we determine based upon just the market sessions? Okay, so U.S. had a little dump and then pump yesterday, right? Had a little dump and then pump in the U.S. session yesterday. So, U.S. dumps, U.S. pumps, consolidation through Asia and U.K. Continuation. Pump, consolidate, continue, or do we pump, consolidate, distribute? That's the question. That is the question. We're going to figure that out in just a second. Flash bang coming up, guys. Flash bang, eons rolling in the dough. That's why you're here. You're here because you keep winning free money. Yeah, I hear you. Flash bang. Cover your eyes. Don't cover your eyes. Just squint your eyes. All right, we got some news this morning. We've already had, sorry, that was Monday. Here we go, right here, Wednesday. We've already had non-farm employment come out. It was bullish, which gave us this little bitty move to the upside we're getting now. Flashbang again. And we have several more reports coming out. S&P PMI coming out in 23, so at 8:45. And then at 9 o'clock, we have ISM non-manufacturing. So, got a few reports coming out here. Yeah, some PMI stuff, some random PMI stuff. I mean, they're enough to shake and bake for the day, some intraday price action volatility. But these reports are not big enough to reverse or continue a market direction. But they are good enough to give us some trades, which we are going to look for today. Now, tomorrow, guys, we have initial jobless claims, which is a biggie, okay? But beyond, they must have, so we didn't get the JOLTS report yesterday like was scheduled, but they had rescheduled it for today, but it's not on here now. So I guess they just scrapped the JOLTS report altogether. They couldn't agree on how to make up numbers, so they were like, "Oh gosh, we can't falsify the numbers in agreement. Let's just get rid of the report." You know, I don't trust any of these reports, but whatever. But anyway, Friday we have unemployment. There was non-farm payrolls too, I think, and it's gone. So I don't guess they're going to do that. Let me check on my phone to make sure. So sometimes the one on the computer gets a little sketchy. Let me look at my phone. Make sure it's gone. That's odd. I mean, nothing's really odd with these folks, but you know, it's oddish. This week. So, yeah, JOLTS is gone. And Friday, yeah, non-farms is gone. So, yeah, we just have job reports Thursday and Friday. Initial jobless claims Thursday and unemployment rate Friday. Unemployment rate is the bigger of the two. So basically, unemployment rate will be based upon the previous month's jobs data, and so it'll be big to see what happens. And this initial jobless claims will kind of factor into next month. So pretty big stuff here. So we want to watch out for Thursday and especially Friday. The problem with Friday, let's take a look if it'll pull up. It's got to verify I'm human. I don't know why. Who cares? Who cares if a bot's looking? The problem with unemployment is it doesn't often miss the mark. So it could be a big old nothing burger. See, so of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it missed the mark on 3 of them. So 2 of them it did not. So about 50-50 or so. So, you know, you don't always get a reaction from this because, as you can see, about 50% of the time it hits the target, which is neutral. So, but initial jobless claims almost always misses one way or the other. So I would expect, now, if unemployment misses, you'll get the bigger reaction, okay, if unemployment misses. But the likelihood is greater that initial jobless misses. So if I were to bank on the more volatility, it's probably going to be tomorrow, Thursday, just because initial jobless never hits target, right? Let's take a look at that. Never hits target, so you always get a reaction. I don't know if it's ever hit the target. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's click more. Once out of the last. These blacks, these don't count. These were not reports. These are all on one day, November the 20th. So those are not actual reports. Look, it never hits the target. Never. One time. December 18th, one time in the last like 6 months, it's hit the target. So volatility tomorrow, 99.9% guaranteed based on this report. Volatility tomorrow. Again, these don't count because there was no forecast. There was no report. These are all the same. They're all on the same date. This is when you got back from government shutdown and or lockdown, shutdown, whatever they called it. And they just released all the made-up data at once. There was no forecast because they were shut down. So they said, here's the fake reports. So these don't apply. But as you can see, only once has it missed the mark in the last 6 months. That was December 18th. Or has it hit the mark? All right, so volatility tomorrow, guys. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you. We'll go through some P&L real quick, guys. I got the monthly P&L stuff pulled up. I forgot to show you guys the monthly P&L for my trading, and I know there's a lot of people. Well, I had 3 people message me yesterday and were like, how'd you finish? And they showed me their P&L, which was really good. Congrats to you guys. So I traded on 2 exchanges, as you know, KCEXtrading.com. KCEX I traded on. Go to KCEXtrading.com. The banner is above. Get your leverage trading, your futures trading account. And I also traded on MEXC. I'll flash that banner now. MEXCtrading.us. Those are the 2 I trade on. Believe me when I tell you, you want to be on both of those. So the affiliate link is below, or MEXCtrading.us. You can be anywhere in the world. That's the link, though. And KCEX, KCEXtrading.com. All right. So on KCEX, I didn't do as many trades. Let me see if I can pull these over. Oopsies. There we go. Trying to make it a little bigger. $6,600 in trading from KCEX. And MEXC total was 16,000. So about 24,000 in leverage trading, and then we hit the big WorldCoin spot trade, which Kraken doesn't do P&L cards, but I did show this live. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, I did show this live when I bought $76,000 worth. We made $17,000 profit on that. So what is that? I can't even do the math. 16,000 plus 6,600, so 24,000 plus, so $41,000 profit last month. Congratulations. I know a lot of you guys took a lot of these trades. I see your P&L cards. I respond to you guys when you message me. So congratulations, $41,000 for the month of January. Not too shabby. Good job, guys. We've been very kind of quiet in our trading here since February. It's just been like this. We're off to a slow start. We're only up about $4,000, but that's okay. That's okay. We're only on day 4. We're up more than that if you count. I'm about to show you the alts. But I mean, this is February right here, so there's just not really anything to trade with any type of good probability. I mean, this is February right here. Yeah, you could have caught a few trades, but even this wick to the top right here, you front ran the actual high with this, because the high is here. You didn't quite take it out. You did take the low here, so that was a trade, and I think we caught that. And then this trade yesterday, oh my gosh, guys, you're not going to believe this trade yesterday. This trade yesterday, I had this swing low macro level on this chart for like 6 months. I had alerts set all over it for like 6 months. I've been waiting on this trade. This swing failure pattern, SFP. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make this up. I was literally doing an SFP workshop yesterday, in the middle of a workshop where I'm teaching how to do swing failure patterns, what to look for, how to enter, target, blah, blah, blah. And this hits, and we missed it. I've been waiting on this level for 6 months, and we missed it because we were back here looking at, I don't even know where we were, but we were looking at some previous price action SFPs, looking at divergences and confirmations and all that kind of good stuff. And we missed a dang SFP that we've been waiting on for 6 months. Can't make that stuff up, guys. While in an SFP workshop, teaching how to do SFP trades, and we sat there and one hit us in the face and we missed it. It's crazy. It happened though. It's a true story. So we're going to take a look at this SFP, guys. And by the time we saw it, and we did see it in the workshop, and we were like, should we take it? Should we not? And I just didn't like it. And so far, I have been correct. And I'll show you why. We're going to go over that. So we made the 17,000 on altcoins, the WorldCoin trade that I gave you live on stream. I said, I'm taking this trade. I put my money where my mouth was. Thanos said, Matrix confirmed. That's right. Thanos was there. Yeah, you were there. Yeah, we did. We missed the dang trade. Anyway, so Sunday, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, West Coast. West Coast was in that workshop. Bitcoin knew we were in that workshop. It teased us. Actually, it presented us, the Lord presented us with a gift. Like, here you go, Anthony Lee. You're teaching SFP. I'm going to give you the SFP you've been waiting on 6 months. Show these guys how it's done. And, like, I was like, okay, let me look somewhere else. Let me scroll around the chart and not look at current price action. It's true. It's true. It's damn true. Okay, so Sunday, I told you guys in the VIP Discord that I was about to start doing a lot of spot altcoin trades. And we haven't gotten any good ones. Let me pull up an altcoin chart. We'll pull up, we're just looking at H-bar here. And I told you guys that on Sunday, which was, we haven't gotten any good bounces. Like I told you that like right here. So we haven't really gotten anything. Nothing really tradable, but you know me. I did manufacture some trades in here. So I put $55,000 in my KCEX, not KCEX, in my Kraken account. 55,000 US dollars in the Kraken account. And all I'm going to do is spot trade altcoins, guys. That's it. Well, let me change that. I'm going to leverage trade Bitcoin also. But I'm not, what I mean by that is I'm not leverage trading altcoins. I'm just going to spot trade with the altcoins. And I'm going to either, last cycle, I didn't shave off much profit, a little here and there maybe, dollars profit. Mostly what I did was accumulate, and most of my coins, I 8x'd my holdings. Like with Algorand, and I've shown this before, but in Algorand, I bought in 130, 140,000 Algo, 120,000 Algo coins, something like that. And by the time it was all done, I was at like 1.2 million coins, okay? And I did the same for ICP and WorldCoin, and I did a little on H-bar also, but I got off H-bar pretty quickly. I don't even remember why. I just did. And so now I'm doing it this cycle with Algorand, H-bar, and WorldCoin, okay? And I showed all those charts yesterday. Anyway, I started out with $55,000 Sunday night, and I've just done a few trades since then, and I'm up $2,300. My balance is now, you can see it right here, $57,291. So I'm up right at $2,300. Just doing some, I mean, look at the chart. There's nothing to even trade here. There's nothing to even trade. But I use my strategy, okay? But these aren't the real trades that I'm looking for, guys. These are not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for much bigger trades, and I've shown this. I don't even know if I could find what I'm looking for, guys. So I'm probably not even going to try to find it. I could go to Discord. Hang on. I'm in someone's chat right now. I don't want you all to see our chat. So let me cover the screen real quick, and I'll show you. Because I want you guys to be in on this if you want in on this. And I don't think a lot of people quite fully understand the kind of money you can make spot trading altcoins. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm back to the Discord, and this was the last cycle for Algorand. I don't really care what coin you use. It's all about the same. The white line represents about where I think we are now relative to last cycle, and just on the way down, this is not even all of them. Look at all these big pumps on Algo. 22%, 40, 46, and within this 40, you had like 20% moves. Bam, bam, bam. So you could have made a lot more if you just traded this, if you split this up into 3 or 4 different trades. Same with a lot of these. Same with this 86% move. I mean, you could have got 50% of it right there, and they got another 20, and another 20, and another 20, and another 20, and another 20. I mean, you could have probably, if you got the full amount here, got double this 86%. But, you know, just some really big moves. And this doesn't even include all the little 3 and 5 and 10% moves, okay? So you can make a lot. And if you think about it, if you don't need the money, okay? If you don't need the money now, like you don't need it, you got a job or you're making enough leverage trading Bitcoin, you don't need to take this profit, you can look at it as accumulation of coins. And every one of these, you're picking up, adding 60% to your stack. You're adding 30% to your stack. You're adding 86% to your stack. And next thing you know, you 5, 6, 7, 8x your coins. So if you were going to buy some coins at the bottom for $20,000 and hoping to ride them up for let's just say a 10x. You're going to ride them up for a 10x. Let's say you're going to ride them up for a 7x. $20,000, you're going to ride them up, close out for $150,000. Very doable. Very doable. Let's say that was your plan. And instead of doing that, you did these trades that I'm going to do with the VIP Discord, and you 5x'd your coins. Instead of making $150,000, you're now going to make $750,000, okay? For not putting a nickel more into your portfolio. Not 1 red cent more. We're just spot trading for accumulation. Now, to do that, you couldn't really shave off any profits, so you're going to have to keep the money in there. And, you know, all we're doing is buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, all the way down, okay? And this doesn't even include the bear market bottom where you could have just trade down here before you pull up and away, and then you stop the accumulation trading and you ride the profits up. So think about it, guys. Join the VIP Discord. I'm going to do that with these guys. I've not given you any trades in the last few days because these have all been like 1% trades. And they're higher risk, and I'm very, very experienced. This is my 3rd cycle doing this accumulation style trading. I'm very experienced. So when I give them to you, they're going to be what I consider to be at least a 5 to 10% move incoming, at least. And then we'll watch for bleed over up into the 20, 30, 40 percenters, okay? I'm really just have been sharpening my skills to make sure that my strategies are still good. So, and they are. So we're up $2,300 in 3 days. Really 2 days. I just did it Monday and Tuesday. I think I did 1 trade Sunday night. Anyway, join us in VIP Discord. Guys, I want to show you something. And I'm not calling out anyone who sent me this. Somebody sent me a message. I really don't remember if it was late last night or early this morning. I think it was late last night. I'm going to show you this. I'm not going to show you the message, but I'm going to show you the screenshot of the photo they sent me, guys. Okay? And I'm not knocking on this person. I promise you. I'm only showing this because I want to warn you guys, okay? Somebody had posted this. Some influencer had posted this. And I see this a lot. This kind of stuff a lot. And they're misleading the heck out of you guys. And you're going to get freaking wrecked. All they're doing is clickbait. Or if it's on an altcoin, like if they're just showing you Solana's about to go to $600 right now at the stage of the game, that number one, they're looking for clickbait. Number two, they probably own Solana and need everybody and their mother to go buy Solana to pump it so they can get back to break even. Don't listen to that crap, guys. We are going down. And anybody that tells you otherwise, you should never follow again. That's not to say we can't get some little pumps here and there, but we're going down big time. Okay? Anyway, look at this. All right, so some influencer posted this and somebody sent this to me, and I'm just going to show you guys. I hope you can see this. And they said, this, first of all, this is Google Alphabet. This is Google on top and Bitcoin on bottom. And they tried to show the comparison here and about how, you know, this is what Google did. It came down right where Bitcoin is now, and then boom, blast off. Insinuating that you need to buy all the Bitcoin you can right here because we're fixing the blast off. Guys, this is crap. And you always need to look at what they're showing you. First of all, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Let me see. All right, look at the top. They're showing you Google on a 2 daily time frame while trying to show you Bitcoin on a 5-day time frame. You're comparing apples to oranges. Not to mention the fact you're comparing an asset that does not run on a 4-year cycle to one that does thus far run on an unbroken 4-year cycle, okay? So they're misleading you with that. How do I get out of this? They're misleading you with that. And I went and put this on a chart, okay? Boom, here we go. This is both assets on a 2-day chart, and they're trying to tell you they're exactly the same. But they're not even close to the same, just besides the fact that Bitcoin runs on a 4-year halving cycle and Google does not, okay? But if they were exactly the same, tell me why first, Bitcoin is on top here. So right here on the bottom on Google continued to go down right here, 20%. I'm having to go over to the right, but you can see this area right here. Google went down 20% right there, while Bitcoin went up 60%. How is that the same? It's not. You know why it's not the same? Because I'm looking at it on the same time frame, unlike what they showed you, okay? Furthermore, okay, Bitcoin on the 4-year cycle, look how they come up. They do something similar here, right? But if you look at the same time, you can see we're on the same time frame here. Boom, right here, where they both come down and hit right there. You can see where they both come down, right? Boom. Well, what happens? What happens? Google runs up and continues up. Bitcoin runs up, same dang thing, and then cycle over rolls down. So how in the world is Bitcoin now fixing to bounce up when it already bounced from the same dang spot right there? And you got what you got out of Bitcoin here, and now it's rollover time. It's not the same asset, and it doesn't look the same when you put it on the same time frame. So don't fall for misleading stuff like that, right? Yes, Caribbean's a concept. Correlation does not imply causation. Yes, yes. But look, Bitcoin already got this bounce. It already got the bounce from the highs. It already got the bounce, guys. It already got the bounce. And there's your bounce, and Google continued up. Great, that's awesome. Just like the S&P continued up, just like the Dow continued up, just like gold continued up, but Bitcoin did not continue up. It is not the same. It doesn't work the same, okay? Bitcoin is much, much more of a risk-on asset, and people de-risk when there's uncertainty in the market. Talks of WAR, talks of tariffs, talks of all that stuff, right? US dollar, people get out. And the first thing they're going to get out of is cryptocurrency, okay? Even the gold standard of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, they get out of it. So just don't fall for this stuff, guys. And I'm not knocking anybody that does. I used to look at this stuff too and get all excited until I got wrecked like numerous times, and then realized my first clue was they're showing you things on different time frames. It's like, okay, once you put it on the same time frame, it does not look the same. Yeah, there's some similarities here, but there's some massive differences too. Got 8:45 coming up. We got some reports coming out, and then one more report coming in 15 minutes. So I hope that helps, guys. I hope that helps. But none of this looks the same. None of this looks the same. Similar in certain areas, vastly different in other areas. I mean, look at even like last cycle. Look, Bitcoin continued up while Alphabet just kind of plateaued off right there. Just completely different. Completely different. But if you were to switch just to the 5-day time frame, it probably looks much more similar. Don't fall for that, guys. All right, let's get back to our chart. Let's see if we get a trade here, guys. We've got 8:45 coming up. I'm going to pull up my phone to look at our reports coming out in just a second. It's only one report. And then we got the rest coming out in a few minutes. It's bearish. Bearish report, but I don't expect anything to happen right now, pending the two other reports, flashbang. Pending the two other reports that are come out in 15 minutes, okay? So far this morning, you got one bullish, one bearish, but you got two. These will be the tiebreakers coming out here in 15 minutes. So I wouldn't really expect too much right now. We're going to talk about that SFP from yesterday, too. Any questions on that comparison chart for Google and Bitcoin? Because I know you guys see them. People will try to compare. I've seen people put an XRP chart up next to a Bitcoin chart. And it's like, yeah, okay, they look kind of similar because the altcoin market follows Bitcoin for the most part. So, yeah, they're going to look similar-ish. But let's make no bones about it. Bitcoin leads the way for the most part. Yeah, so some of these YouTubers want to provide hopium for the Bitcoin holders, for sure. And it happens with your altcoin, too. You got the XRP Army, you got the Cardano Nation, you got, whatever folks call themselves for their different coins. But yeah, that's it. And I'm fully convinced, number one, they just want clicks. I don't care if I get clicks. I don't care. I don't do this for that. I do this for you guys because I enjoy spending time with you guys. I'm going to make my money trading whether I do this channel or not. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to mean I don't care like I don't care, but like I don't need to blow some smoke at somebody to get some views, you know. In fact, I want to keep a smaller channel. I want to keep a smaller Discord because I like the personalization. I like having a relationship with you guys. I like that you can reach out and you can message me and I can help you and we can bounce ideas off it. I like the small community vibe. I don't want a big channel to where you're just a number. Like I don't know, like who's Thanos? Like Thanos, you know, I got 10, 20, 30,000 people in Discord. I don't even know who Thanos is. Like I like knowing Thanos, and I like that I can message Thanos and he messages me and all you guys. I want that. If my Discord started getting too big, I would just start kicking folks. Boom, gone. Nothing against those folks. I want it smaller. I owned gyms my entire life, and they were personal training studios. Okay, so like one-on-one personal training, some two-on-one training with husbands and wives, things like that. But it was all one-on-one, so it was one big room with equipment. You schedule your time, you come in, or you and your husband come in, you and your wife, whatever, and you train with a trainer. And I could have owned a big come-and-go, you pay your $20 a month, thousands of people come and go type gym and probably made a lot more money, but I don't like that. It's just not me. I like the personalization. I like being able to provide a better quality service and versus just feed the masses and everybody's lost in the numbers. I just don't like that. And nothing against the folks that do that and nothing against the folks that like that style. It's just not me. So John likes that so much. Yeah, it's just who I am. So if we ever started getting too big, I would just trim the fat, so to speak. Just trim it down because I want to be able to help. We're moving up, guys. We were looking for this pump today. I'm sitting on my hands till the 9 o'clock reports, though, but I will try to get in a trade on stream. We probably just, look at this. Got bullish divergence here. I'm looking at the 5-minute time frame. The SFP this low right here. Bullish divergence. This is a good trade. Talked about this yesterday. Target for the trade would be right here. That doesn't mean you can go higher. You certainly can. But this would be the technical target. I'm not in it. I'm waiting until 9. This is a news-driven pump. And right now you have one bearish and one bullish report with another report coming out, which should be the tiebreaker for the directional volatility in 10 minutes. So while we're waiting, let's look at that SFP that we missed from yesterday. We could have made a few grand on this trade. How's it? All right, we're up over 40 grand on the year so far. Let's take a look. Let's go to the weekly. All right, guys. I know it's a bit noisy here, but let me zoom down. So we're just gonna take a look at this. So we had. Let me pull up my cipher. All right, so this is what we were looking at yesterday. Right here. So we had this low set. I still have the green line because I want to show you this, but technically the green line is gone. For the macro swing low, it's taken out, it's mitigated. So we had this set in April. So this is almost 1 year in the making, and then we came and took it yesterday, okay? I'll tell you what I like about it, and I'll tell you what I don't like about it. First of all, we missed it, so I would have taken this, but I would have taken profit very quickly, okay? Let me show you why. So while it is a technical SFP, like on the daily time frame, not on the weekly yet, but a daily time frame, which is good enough for me, okay? And I'm not going to go into all the technicals of an SFP and how to trade a swing failure pattern. You should have been on the workshop yesterday. If you're interested, get in the VIP Discord and message me, and I will walk you through how to do this. But I'm not fixing to go into that much detail here, but just check it out. So we took this low, we closed the daily here. You should have to trust me, we did. I'll show you in a minute. But since I'm charting this on the weekly, I want to look at it on the weekly's a high time frame. So I want to see a high time frame because this is a macro move. I want to see a high time frame bullish divergence to know that I'm fixing to get the real pump. Okay? And look, as we came down here, you got lower lows and price action, right? Right? So I want to see lower lows higher lows and momentum to give me the divergence, but you don't have that. So from this wick momentum to that one, we have lower lows, just like in price. That is not a bullish divergence, okay? Now, I understand that you have weekly bullish divergence here, right? You do have it here, right? I see that. However, this is unconfirmed. This can't possibly be confirmed before the weekly closure. It cannot possibly be confirmed, so it is unconfirmed, okay? I'm not saying we won't get it, but right now you're taking a very low probability coin flip that we're going to confirm that, because we could easily just roll price over, and then it drags momentum down, and then you don't have it anymore, okay? You wouldn't have that anymore because the momentum wave would then come down and you would not have it, okay? So this is unconfirmed. This doesn't count. This might as well not even be here on the screen, okay? Are you following me? If you front run these, you're crazy. If you front run them on the macro, you're even more crazy, okay? Because a lot of days between here and Sunday close. Price can do a lot of things. But what I want to see for and beyond that, you haven't even SFP'd this. You SFP'd this, but this momentum wave is from this wick. You're still way down here. You have not SFP'd that at all. So even if you get some divergence here, you got to get way back up here above about 81K for this to even be a swing failure pattern of this wick, okay? And you got to get there before the weekly close. So this does not look good anywhere, okay, on the macro scale. This does not look good. So for people that are going to show you, and I promise you guys, you're going to have people show you this. You're gonna, if you're watching YouTube, first of all, you should delete everyone except Anthony Lee Crypto. But you're going to have folks say, look at that, lower low on the weekly, higher low. That is weekly divergence. No, it's not. It's unconfirmed, first of all. And even if it was confirmed, you haven't had a confirmed swing failure pattern. Not only have you not had a confirmed swing failure pattern, you don't even have an unconfirmed swing failure pattern of this, okay? So it can't possibly be weekly bullish divergence. Do not, if someone is telling you that, they absolutely don't know what they're doing. And they're going to wreck you. Let me show you another reason they're going to wreck you, in my opinion. Okay? Now, listen, I acknowledge it is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants to do, not what Anthony Lee wants it to do. And we know Bitcoin can do some squirrely things. So, can you get back up here to this level? Can you SFP this? Sure. Absolutely. But it doesn't look good. However, I do know if about 20 million shorts pile in right here and the bulls step in just a hair, they can short squeeze this sucker in a fast hurry, okay? In a fast hurry. That doesn't sound right. That's not good grammar. A fast hurry? Can you have a fast hurry? I don't know. Anyway, I'm well aware of that, but so far that is not even attempting to happen, okay? But let's drop down to the 4 hour, okay? So what you do have, and this is what we missed yesterday, we did not miss the weekly SFP. We did not miss the weekly bullish divergence. You have neither of those right now, okay? Neither. So we didn't miss that. But you do have a confirmed 4 hour divergence and a confirmed 4 hour, well, you had a confirmed 4 hour SFP. You don't, well, yeah, you technically still do. So here's our low. Here's our 74K low, right? That's not the low. The low is from way back over here a year ago, right? But this, let me erase that. People are going to be confused. You have this low right here, okay? You came and you took it with this wick right here, right? You came back and closed the 4 hour candle above this wick from back in April, okay? You took that locally here also with confirmed bullish divergence, okay? On the 4 hour time frame, not the macro. So this is tradable on a local time frame. Your target would be here, okay? And you didn't even make it there, not yet. And I told the guys yesterday when we saw this in the S&P workshop, I said, by the time we saw it, price was like right here, somewhere like that. And I said, you know, the risk to reward sucks because your stop loss has to go here. Your target is there. Could you go higher? Absolutely, you could go higher. But the technical target is here. You're getting a one-to-one risk to reward, and it looks weak as heck. So I didn't like it, and we didn't take it. But we could have taken this. As soon as we SFP'd this, we could have entered a trade. And because we don't have the macro divergences, we could have entered this trade right here. Boom. Could have quickly, like we do, stop loss goes here, enter the trade here, quickly take profit, and then let it ride. See if we get something more, and if not, and we come back, we get stopped out at entry. Once we take profit, we move stop loss to entry. And we could have got a little bit of profit there. So, you know, maybe about 2.5%, somewhere in there we could have got profit. So we could have taken this trade, which, you know, at 20x leverage, I mean, that's not too shabby. That's pretty good. We could have made some money, but we missed it. But those of you telling you that this divergence is fixing to rip you up to 90K, 100K, even 84K, they don't know what they're talking about, and you should unfollow them. So, and besides that, we spoke yesterday on the live stream, and I told you on the live stream, it was before any of this happened, I told you, I said, if we were up in here somewhere on the live stream, I said, if we come take this low, I said, I'm really not interested unless we get a really fast SFP. And I showed the historical chart that showed that most likely, if we were going to take this low, before we got the probable 20%-ish bounce, we're probably going to come down and retest previous all-time high and then get our bounce before continuation down. So I'm really looking to take this low one more time. And how good would this look, guys? I'm absolutely prepared to take this today. If we come down, let me erase this. You've got to be able to glean into the future. You've got to be able to see, okay, what's going to happen, kind of like an if, then that. You've got to be able to do it. So we set the low yesterday, right? If we come down, and we might want to drop to the hour time frame because we're dealing with lower time frames now. So if we come down and take this low one more time, okay? One more time, come down about 70, 71K, somewhere in there, okay? And then we come up and SFP that, okay? Wait, trust me, wait for confirmation. Trust me, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Wait for this confirmation. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because we have a macro range. Let me zoom out so you can see it. We have a macro range right below there. Right here. This big range. I've extended the yellow, or excuse me, the blue and red lines over. So you know what happens when you get acceptance back in a range, right? You know what happens. You look for point of control and then very low. You're going to get wrecked if you try to front run this right here, because it could just go and be vacuum sucked into this range, guys. Wait for confirmation. I understand you're going to get a little bit less percentage on the move, on the long, if it plays out. but it's better than blowing your account. Let's go back to the hour, and let's extrapolate what this would look like, potentially. You guys need to pay attention. You need to be ready for this trade if it comes today. I don't know that it's going to come, but if it does, hang on. It's 9 o'clock. Let's look at our news reports. Bearish. One neutral and one bearish. One neutral and one bearish. We could come for this low today, guys. We got one bullish, which was way earlier, like 2 hours ago. So that's done. That volatility is done, and we just got two bearish reports and one neutral. So, yeah, there you go. There's the move down. There is the move down. Anyway, let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see what we're looking for. You can't take this trade, though. You're middle of the range. I can't take this trade anyway. This macro is gone. I'm going to... This is gone to... Let me just move this over. Just going to move this over here. All right. So here's what we're looking for. You've got to be able to extrapolate this, guys. If you want to trade, you've got to be able to look. Otherwise, you can't be prepared, right? All right, so if price comes down and you take this low, and don't pay attention to timing. This is just a line, okay? If price comes and takes this low, I don't know where it goes to, but let's just say. And then you come back, confirm swing failure pattern. I'm on the hourly, so I want to see an hour confirmation, okay? What is that going to look like here on Cypher? So the wave is headed down. You could still come down more and then curve it back up and still have your hourly bullish divergence, okay? 4 hour. I would love to keep the divergence on the 4 hour. So what you would have to have on the 4 hour is price to come down, okay, just like I have it drawn up here, but this wave here would not be able to extend below this. So, and it shouldn't, especially if it comes quickly. It would look something like this. And you would still have divergence. In fact, you could even have an extra drive. See how this is like a little baby curve there, like that? You could actually have one drive and then an extra drive there. So this would actually be pretty good. And I would look to long this because we are looking for about a 15 to 20-ish% pump coming. Okay, guys? I just think we take this low one more time. Historically, and TA suggests we would come closer to the 70K-ish range first, so that would be good. Come down to 71, 70K, somewhere in here, something like that. I don't know the exact number. I can't tell you an exact number, and I don't care where it comes. I want to see the SFP of this 72.9-ish wick from yesterday. That's what I want to see. If we get that, and we have these on the 4 hour, and we have these on the 1 hour, I'm good. You will not get this on the weekly, no matter what happens. It's already mitigated on the weekly, okay? You will not get it. So, that being said, because it's mitigated on the weekly, you should not expect a macro type pump, and you're going to have people calling for that, guys. You're going to have people calling for that. And can it happen? Sure, it can happen. But it is very low probability because you don't have the driving bullish divergence on the macro to fuel this thing. And a short squeeze can only go so far. Yeah, it can be pretty dang impressive, but it can only go so far. So people who are calling for, oh, we're going to 98K plus now because we got the weekly divergences. No, you don't. You can't possibly have the weekly divergences. You will not have the weekly divergences. So that's wrong. So what are you going to have? You're going to have possibly 4 hour and hourly level strength behind it as far as divergences goes, which are medium-term time frames. You can get good pumps out of them. Yeah, sure, you can get good pumps out of them, but you can't get macro-type pumps. Okay? And you also have to know where you are in the cycle. Despite what Mr. Waters or whoever it was that tried to compare the 2-day Google to the 5-day Bitcoin, we're not blasting off to 250K. Not at least before revisiting 60K. Any questions on those guys, on those SFPs and what we're looking for today? And to the top side, I would like to, I've got the dang red box there. If we were to come up here, swing failure pattern of this, same thing, and then I would target down in here. I would like this first. If we came down to, say, 71K, what percentage is that? If we came somewhere in there, that'd be perfect. And then come back up here, take out this level. I used to have a bullseye on this level. That'd be perfect. Give you about an 18, 19% move up, depending on where you bottomed out here. That would be really good, guys. And you would also retest kind of the breakdown area here where you broke down from. You see that? Boom, retest the breakdown area. 20% pump, continuation down. I don't know if we'll get a 20% pump, but you get the gist. Any questions on these? I'll take them right now. I want to show you something else really cool. I had somebody message me earlier about this altcoin deal that I'm doing. Any questions? Max is ready for sub 70K. You still in your short trade? You still in your short trade, bro? Good job, man. I closed mine. Dang it. I can't complain. We made over 40 racks, as some of the influencers call them. I hate that word. 40 racks. We made over 40 G's last month, so I'm not complaining too much. But I should be up. We should be up over 50 G's if I hadn't closed that trade. Life is good, guys. The Lord has blessed us. He's good. He's generous. Just got to talk to him. All right, so no questions. I'm going to show you something, guys. Somebody messaged me yesterday and asked me, so I'm doing this altcoin strategy. If you're not on board with this altcoin strategy, you're going to miss out. I'm telling you. The entire first cycle, this is all I did before I even began leverage trading Bitcoin. I altcoin spot traded for accumulation. Second cycle, I brought in Bitcoin leverage trading and continued altcoin accumulation. And this third cycle, I'm now about to go into my fourth cycle. Well, whenever the next cycle is, it'll be my fourth. Anyway, I'm going to continue leverage trading Bitcoin. And I'm going to continue. I'm not putting another nickel in. I will never pull money out of the bank account again to buy anything because I've already got it. I've already developed it. I've already accumulated, and I'll continue to accumulate. So, I've got my goal. I have 55. I started out with $55,000 for altcoins, and my goal by the time we start the next bull run is to have 8x that. So I'm going to plan to start anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000 balance before it even pushes up to hopefully 10, 15x. Just on altcoins. That is not my Bitcoin. That is not my leverage. That is not my KCEX or my MEXC account. That is just, oh gosh, my hair is terrible. That is just my altcoins. And if you want in on this, this is what I do. This is like my wheelhouse. This altcoin stuff. Get in the VIP Discord. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to tell you when I take a trade. And I'm following 3 coins because the criteria that I'm looking for, it doesn't always occur on all coins, all ALL coins at the same time. So I may get a WorldCoin signal. I'm like, oh, cool, boom. I'm looking for a 5% pump on WorldCoin. Boom, get in, make 5%. And about the time I'm getting out of that, here comes the Algorand signal firing off. Boom, I'm going to get that 5% too. And then here comes the H-bar win. I mean, very rarely do you get all 3 in a row like that, but quite often you get one followed by the other. So it's a lot of money to be made in that, guys. Okay, and if you plan on an altcoin, say 10xing, I told this yesterday to the group. If you plan on your altcoin 10xing, let's say you do a trade, and maybe you don't start out with 50 grand like I did. Maybe you start out with 10 grand. So when you're doing a trade, you're picking up, let's just make up a number, depends on what coin you're on, but you pick up, maybe your coin is worth 50 cents, and you pick up per trade 200 coins. You're like, 200 coins at 50 cents, that's only $100. Is it even worth it? Well, if you don't need the $100 right now, you just keep the 200 extra coins you picked up, right? Don't worry about the dollars. Only $100. You picked up 200 coins, and if you anticipate that coin going to $5 next cycle, well, that $100 trade is actually a $1,000 trade because you're gonna 10x that next cycle, right? That's just some current price. That doesn't include the bottom, which we're not even close to the bottom yet, but I'm just making up numbers. But if you plan to 10x your coin, whatever profit you make today on an altcoin trade, if you plan to 10x that in the next bull run, that's 10 times as long as you hold on to those coins. That's 10 times. So it's not $100, it's $1,000. And if you did 100 of those trades over the next year and a half, 2 years that we're going to be in this bear market, which is very doable, that's $100 grand extra you would make for doing nothing, putting not one nickel more in there. Now imagine doing that on a bigger scale with, like, I don't know, 50 grand. I'm just saying, there's a lot of money there. And they're easier trades than you think. So anyway, somebody messaged me yesterday, and I want to caution you because I know there's some people that just think, well, let's go to the altcoin chart. That just think, well, let me go to the daily. I used to think this way too, and I'm going to caution you. Can you do this on your own? Yeah, you can do this on your own. Can you do it better with Anthony Lee? Probably. Unless you really know what you're doing, which I know I'm not the only one that knows what I'm doing. I get that. But let me caution you, because I've done this exact thing I'm about to tell you before. Where's all my price history? There we go. Let's go to Algorand. Let me turn off Lionheart. So I've tried this before, and you look at all these days, okay? You see, this is like 2024, 2025. You see, almost every single day, there's a wick to the upside, right? Almost every single day, you see all the wicks. I mean, you can't possibly miss them. Wick, some of them are bigger than others. Wicks, every single day, right? Okay, so you get the bright idea that, wow, okay, so if I just blind buy every single day, every day, I just buy. A daily open, daily close, whatever, I just buy, right? Well, every day you get a wick to the upside, so I just ride to the wick to the upside, say 1%, say 0.5%, maybe even 0.25%. I ride the wick to the upside, and boom, I just close. Even if this wick goes 10%, I just take 0.5% a day, and I do that every single day. You could make an absolute fortune. Absolutely. You don't even have that is playing it safe. You just grab the 0.5% and go. Here's the problem with that strategy, okay? I'm going to show you. I literally spent like 2 hours this morning gathering all this data and put it in the chart. And I'm on the Algorand, so I'm going to show you Algorand. Get ready for a flashbang, okay? Here's the problem with that. Let me pull this up bigger, if I can. Sorry. All right, here we go. Flashbang. All right, I did this, right? And so this is, it says WorldCoin, but it's Algorand. Daily wicks percentage. Okay, this is Algorand. Daily wicks percentage from January of 2025 to current day, so about a year, a little over a year's worth of data every single day. Okay, I went in, I got the open, I got the wick high, the wick low, and the close, and I marked out. You can see these three columns. I know it's probably hard to see, but so this column here, these last 6 columns. Okay, this first column, if you can see where my cursor is, right here, this first column, right? This first column shows there's a 1 in the column if you had a move of greater than 1% on that day, and a 0 if you did not. This next column, there's a 1 if you had a move of 0.5% more. Okay, and in the third column, there's a 1 if you had a move of 0.25% or more. And then the last 3 columns are the number of days you got those particular moves, okay, for the last year, 13, 14 months. So on Algorand, 256 days out of the year, you got a 1% move, wick to the upside, at least a 1% wick to the upside, 256 days. 322 days, you got a wick to the upside of 0.5%. That might be worth doing, right? 322 days, That means you only lost 43 days. 43 days you did not. Okay, 354 days, you got at least a 0.25% wick to the upside, which means only 11 days did you not get a 0.25% wick to the upside. Can you make money there? Absolutely. I know a 0.25% at a time is not much. Let's see. Hang on with me. Don't leave me yet. Let me pull this over. So if I'm trading with a $55,000 account, it's at 57 now, but let's just say that 25.25%. That's $137 a day. Okay, that's not much. That's barely going to cover my fees. Okay, my fees are going to be about $60 on this. Call it half of this, 60, $70. So I'm going to make about $70 a day. All right, $70 a day. You got that. 354 days out of the year. Hey, I can make 25 grand over a year just doing that. Okay, right? That's just on the 0.25% moves. I just took a 0.25% every day and closed it out, right? Not so fast, my friend. Okay, let me show you one more chart here. Uh-oh, wrong button. So I took that chart. That is the last year, 13, 14 months. That's what you just saw. Now here is the chart. I went back from May 1st. Those dates are wrong. It's May 1st of 2022. I put 2025, 2026, but that's not correct. May 1st of 2022 through June, June 5th. May 1st through June 5th. I'll show you on the chart. It's easier for you to see on the chart. And then we're going to come back to this. You want to see this, guys. So I anticipated us being right. I'll show you. I got it in Discord right here. Boom. This white line. This is the last leg down of the bear market, okay? That's where I started this current chart that I'm going to show you. So what I just showed you was what percentage of wicks you get in the bull market. Now I'm about to show you from where we are right now, right here, on the way down, what percentages do we get. Now let's take a look here. Look at the massive difference. 186 days, so about half did you get a 1% wick. Only about a half. Only 250 did you get a 0.5% wick, okay? On the other chart, it was like 320. So you got about 30% less wicks of 0.5%. And only 302 of a 0.25%, which means 63 days. Instead of 11 days, you got 63 days. So 6 times more days. You did not even get a 0.25%, okay? That is not good odds, okay? I mean, it's not terrible. 300 days out of 365 days, you got a 0.25%. The problem is those other days are going to absolutely wreck your gains. So it's not good enough. If this was the bull run and you just wanted to play that 0.25%, I'd say go ahead. Go ahead. 354 days, you got at least a 0.25%. And I guarantee you, if it's one of those 11 days that you didn't get the 0.25%, I guarantee you the next day or the day after you got that and then some, because it's a bull run. You go up. You just go up, right? It's not that way. So you're going to get left in the dust if you try to play this strategy in the bear market. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get wrecked. So you have to know when to take those trades to catch those wicks, okay? And we don't want 0.25% wicks anyway. I'm not taking 0.25% trades. So don't try this strategy. It works very well in a bull market, okay? I just showed you that it works very, very well in a bull market. It does not work in a bear market. So it's good in theory. It is not good when you put it on paper. So trust me, I tried it. I tried it in my first cycle because I didn't know any better. And I was like, what a great idea. Freaking terrible. It didn't take me long before I got wrecked and had to rebuild from there. Never, never, never again. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys that in case some other you guys outside the box thinkers out there are thinking that would work, and you look back at the last year of price action and you thought, yes, look at this. Okay. That don't work in a bear market. Speaking of which, you're going to see influencers telling you this. that on the way down when we're getting moves, Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever, you know, normally we get like a daily dot or a weekly dot or whatever, and they're going to say, oh gosh, daily dot, we've got to go up 15, 25%. No. If you average, I don't know what the average is, but if you average 20% up on a daily green dot, you're probably going to get about 8% before you move back down. If you get 8%, okay? So don't listen to that. Matter of fact, you're under a daily green dot right now on Bitcoin. Look at that, daily green dot right now on Bitcoin. And you got a big old red candle staring you in the face on the day. Don't listen to that nonsense. There's a lot of influencers who grew their channel really fast. I don't know how they did it. I don't really care. I like our small community that have never traded a bear market before. Okay? They started at the beginning of last bull run. They rode it up. They got these signals down. They look like kings when they're making these calls on the way up, but they don't know how to trade a bear market. This is going to be my fourth bear market. Fourth. I've been through 3 bull runs and going into my 4th bear market. Okay? Don't listen to those guys. A lot of these guys have never traded a bear market, and they will wreck you. Just like when we were in the bull run and we had like those little pullbacks for 15, 20%, whatever, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, 50K incoming, here we go, 50% drop, and boom. You drop 15% and then pump up 70 more percent. They don't know. I got you covered, though. I'm not going to lie to you. If I tell you something, it's going to be because I believe it and I'm actually trading it that way. Am I always right? No, I'm not. And I'll tell you when I'm wrong. But I believe it, and if we go down, we're going down together, okay? And I'll show it to you. A lot of these people won't even show you their trades or their profits or more likely their losses. All right, questions on those altcoins, guys? I don't want anybody trying that strategy. It does not work. I have a proven strategy that does work, and those are the ones I'll be giving you right here in this Discord, guys, right here in the altcoin channel. I'll be posting some of my trades here in the altcoin today, and of course we have the alts chat, the VIP alts chat, where we'll be discussing things. But I'm not going to give you my little. Sometimes I get on a quick gimme 1%er. Nothing's a gimme. First of all, nothing's a gimme, especially in a bear market. But sometimes I take those. But I just, unless you want those two, if you want those, you're going to have to message me and let me know you want those two. Otherwise, when I give a trade, it's going to be because I'm looking for at least a 5%er. If not much more, but something you can get in and comfortably sit in for, 2-3 days a week. Not something you got to kind of watch over the next few hours and get out and grab your 1%. But for me, it really depends on what you're trading with, and it's higher risk. But for me, trading what am I at? I'm up to 57,000 now. I mean, at 1%. I mean, I'm picking up $570 per trade at 1%, and if I take that down and buy $570 worth of WorldCoin at say 15 cents, and then WorldCoin goes to $5, each one of those trades is 19 grand for me. That's a lot of if then that's a lot of pieces have to sit in, but that's the psychology I'm taking into it. Each one of my 1%ers is $19,000 2.5 years from now, each one of them, and I want to do a lot of them. I want to do 100 of them. 1.9. And I'm not exaggerating you. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to take the 5%ers and the 10%ers and the 20%ers, but I'm going to do a lot of ones. So if you went on the ones, message me and let me know, and I'll let you know when I'm taking those. But just know they're higher risk, and I may take a few losses on those. I don't plan to take any losses on the ones I give you guys, the 5, 10, 20%ers. I don't plan to take any. Not saying I can't. Of course I can lose, but there'll be very high probability ones I give you. But I will probably take a few losses on my 1%ers, and that's okay. If I make 31% moves in a row and then I lose 2 in a row, I've still won 28 out of 30. I'm good. I'm still way up. When I take the losses on the 1%ers, I'm not going to take 20% losses. I get down 1%, I'm out. I'll try again tomorrow if it presents itself, but that's it. 1% gain, 1% loss. So message me and let me know if you want in on that. Message me and let me know. I'll gladly put you in on it. It's a good experience, but it's more difficult. I'll admit it's more difficult. Questions, guys. I'll take any questions you might have. Then we'll go look at Bitcoin, see what we're doing. Max wants in on the 1%. I know you do, bro. When I speak, I should preface everything with, I already know Max. I got you covered, brother. Max and I have been doing this a long time. Max and John and I have been doing this together for years. We were like the three amigos. I've never met either one of them in person. But we've been doing this for years. Before I even had a channel, just through Messenger and text, and we've been doing this for years. Probably 2 full cycles. John wants in. I know you do, bro. We're the three amigos. Three amigos. We're going to expand our squad. I can get old Thanos in our squad. Yeah, all right, guys. So, and I see some people out posting things about alts about to run, Bitcoin dominance, blah, 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 blah. Guys, don't buy into that narrative. I know a lot of you, I know some of you sold your alts. Look, let's go WorldCoin, just because I showed you guys this trade. I'm on the daily on WorldCoin. World pumped up. Where are we at? You have to ignore this candle right here, guys. I know this is a good pump on World. This was a news-driven candle. It literally lasted about 2 hours. It was a 50% pump and 50% dump about 2 hours later. So ignore this. This candle is irrelevant. But I gave you guys the WorldCoin trade right here. Right here. I took this trade and gave it to you. I took it live on stream, $76,000. I put live on stream. I took this trade. I told you, I said, here we go, WorldCoin. I'm taking the trade. I showed it. I bought it live on stream. Gave it to you guys. Pumped up. I got up about, I don't remember. I was up about $22,000 or so. We started coming down. I sold somewhere in here. $17,000, okay? And everybody's calling for Bitcoin dominance, blah, 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 blah. Well, if I'd listened to that, or even if I believe that, WorldCoin is down 36% since I sold, so I could rebuy for 36% better than I was had I not sold up here. So don't feel bad if you sold your alts and you're starting to listen to people. If you sold up here when I told you I sold WorldCoin, if you sold anywhere near there and you rebought today, you have more alts than you had before, so that's a win. That's a win. Okay? But we're going much lower. Even if you start to go like this and everybody's like, oh, here we go. No, you ain't going far. Every altcoin is going to take out its October 10th low. You heard it here. Every one of them. So if you want to target, and you probably significantly lower, guys. Significantly. And if you're in the VIP and you're concerned and you want to buy an alt, you already know what I think about those three that I'm following. But if you're not sure about yours, send me over your alts and let me know, and I'll gladly work up a chart for you, and I'll tell you what I think. Don't hold me to it, but I'll tell you what I think as far as targets and things like that. But if you're not sure, like look at WorldCoin here, you're not sure. Let me go to like the 3-day. Like, I don't know, could it go lower? Could it come way down here to the very macro low at 15 cents? Yeah, it could, but if you're just not sure, I'm telling you, and you don't want to risk, it coming down and you miss it, and then next thing you know, we start the next cycle. I'm telling you, if you don't want to risk trying to buy in here, which I have no problem with that, then just look to buy around your October 10th low, because I'm telling you, you're going to come take that wick. 99.9% of them are going to come take that wick, if not 100% of them. You're going to come take that wick. So again, if you don't really know where to buy and you don't want me to help or give my opinion, that's cool. Look for that wick low. Look for that wick low. Most of the Algorand's already taken its low. Let's look at H-bar. H-bar hadn't quite taken it, almost. Hasn't quite taken it. You're going to take it. Doge, let's see where Doge is. Doge, did Doge take it? Doge took it. Doge took it. Let's see, low 9461. 95. Yeah, Doge already took it. Dogecoin, a strong coin. Doge is one of the strongest coins this cycle. Not the strongest, but it's up there. It took it. Solana took it. If Doge and Solana can take their October 10th lows, your coin is going to take its October 10th low. Trust me, those are the stronger ones, and they've already taken them. It's just a matter of time before yours does. Solana's got a lot more downside if you're a Solana person. This is a massive imbalance here, guys. Some massive imbalance. You'll recover some of this. You got a good vector here, right here. Got another vector down here. Anybody have any more coin you want me to look at while I'm here? We'll take a look at some of these. Max wants to see XRP. XRP Army. October 10th low. I know a lot of you folks think you can't bring XRP down to 77 cents. You will, and then some. XRP is going down faux show. This is one of the worst charts I've seen as far as imbalances. Now, it's a good looking chart. Looks good. It's great. I'm not saying that. I'm not knocking the coin. I could care less. I don't own XRP. I don't have a problem with XRP. But this, guys, this is not sustainable. This is called an imbalance, and this is one of the biggest imbalances I've ever seen. That means the books are not balanced, and they will balance these books, guys. And how are they going to do that? By taking this low. You're coming sub 77 cents on XRP. Believe it. Here's your support. You can just see your supports. Go to the weekly. We'll ignore all this down here, like 5-6 cent area. We'll ignore that. We'll just kind of go from here. Let's see what your range looks like. Yeah, I think best case scenario, you come down and test this very, very high, 62 cents. May get some support. There's a lot of support there. But if you break into the range, you already see where you're going. You're going to 30 cents. But you definitely come recover this week. And that would mitigate that imbalance too, guys. So, any other coins? Revamp, what's up? Sui. I haven't looked at Sui in a long time. Let's take a look at Sui. Let's take a look at Sui. Is this all the price action on Sui? I thought some charts had more. Let's see Bitstamp. Bitstamp usually has the most. I guess that's it. That's it for Sui. All right, let's take a look. All right, Sui is down at the bottom of the range here. Like most coins, not all coins, but most coins are at the bottom of the range. So this looks pretty good. You're going to break below, though. You have some macro lows down here. And we'll pull up some cipher in a second. Let's just mark out a couple of lows. You got a good weekly level right here, too. Good weekly level. You're at $1.07 now. I think you come take all of this. I at least think Sui comes and takes this low right there. Possible there. This is hard to call because Sui is so brand new here. It's hard to call. But technically that's your bear market bottom right there from previous. But I do think you come take at least this. see your percentage drop here. You know, most alts drop 90+%. Yeah, right in there is giving you about a 92% drop. I think you at least, if you don't come take the bottom, I definitely think you come take this macro wick right here. A lot of people wouldn't have taken this trade right here because it's the bottom, just like a lot of people don't short the top because you don't know it's the bottom and you don't know it's the top. I think you come take this at about 46 cents or so. So anywhere in there, 40, 45 cents would be a pretty good target, in my opinion, for SUI. Does that long wick mean recover the vectors? You must be talking about XRP. Let's go back and look. You did not recover all the vector candles. You still have a vector candle way down here, a daily, which is a powerful one. I mean, I know, man, I know, and I'm not knocking you, brother. You're my boy. But I know a lot of people are so impartial to XRP, and I just don't get it. It's a coin. You can't be emotionally attached. You have a good daily vector candle that is not touched, and you will come get it. And that is a perfect support area. I mean, just look at the support right there. I mean, this is no support, none whatsoever. That's why you're able to blast through it with this big. There's none. And when you get into this, when you lose this right here, $1.30-ish, when you lose that, you're fixing a rip down here to at least 62, 63 cents before you find any support. And then eventually you're going to come get this vector right here. You're going to come get it. I would bet you anything you come get that vector candle. You can scroll back through the history of these coins, and I know it doesn't have to happen, but I doubt you to find any coin that has a daily vector left over from the last cycle. They come get those. This is where they launched from the breakout. You have to understand a vector candle, and if you're not, I should put out a video on it, but I know there's other videos. But when you see a vector candle breakout, this is the launching pad where the market maker launched you out of here. He did this to build up liquidity. This is nothing but a massive liquidity candle. There's a lot of volume there, a lot of liquidity. He induced you to go long. Okay, great. You made a lot of profit. Should have made a lot of profit if you saw that and took it. And he broke out with it, okay? And you can see I'm on the 3 daily time frame. This is a 3 daily candle. This was your breakout candle. A lot of people would have longed that breakout, okay? It is not mitigated, okay? He did not mitigate this candle, okay? Boom, right there. That candle is not mitigated. Even if you say there's kind of a little bit of a wick into this daily or a little bit of a wick. I see a little baby wick. To me, it's not enough, but okay. There is not enough mitigated here. This 3 daily candle between 60 cents and 68 cents. That is the best. I mean, absolute best case scenario for XRP. That is not mitigated. This did not catch it. That would be a good retest of support. So if you don't want to risk coming down to 30, 40 cents, you don't think it'll come there, whatever, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, you could come, take out this low, recover that vector candle, and backtest the value area high. Okay, there's a lot of confluence right there. You got the vector, you got the value area high. This is a good target for XRP. Somewhere around the 60-cent range. I think you come lower. I think you come significantly lower. I think you probably come down in here. I really think you come to 30 cents. But I would bet you anything. I'd put 10 grand on the side right now if somebody would put it up and say you at least come down here to 60, 62 cents. You're going to get that vector, and you're going to take that out. And you're going to take it out fast. You're going to take it out very fast. Look at this. Fast move up, fast move down, fast move up. This was a fast move up and a fast move down, and you're fixing to get another fast move down. And it's not even XRP. Most coins look just like this. Most coins look just like this. Yeah, it's a giant, that's all it is. It's a giant bar head. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you were around on XRP last cycle, but everybody said that same nonsense. Once you broke out from here, that whole lawsuit thing, I was in on the lawsuit. I held XRP. I had XRP like right here, like 15 cents or so. I had XRP. Here we go. XRP Army, baby. Lawsuit. Boom. I got wrecked. I sold all my stuff down here. I took a massive loss. And then rebounded. It came up, and everybody said, oh, we're good now. We're never going back. And look what it did. Bart, right back down. Point of control. You're going to do the same dang thing. Same dang thing. You might find your support there, though, this time. You might. I'll give you that. I have nothing against XRP. But I do know the law of the volume profile. If you break into this and confirm into here, you're coming here. But if you can hold up here, there's some confluence there. There's a lot of volume. Look at that. A lot of support. So if you could flip this resistance into support, mitigate this wick, completely recover that wick, recover that vector candle, turn this value area high into support, I could see that. I could see that. I would be a potential buyer there around 60, 62 cents. But I know the XRP narrative. I know those people. I know they just don't believe that XRP isn't. Do you have any idea how many years I've been hearing XRP's going $100? Here we go, $100. And you barely broke $3. And I'm not knocking these folks. I'm just telling you, they're like the Bitcoin maxis. Just be careful. You're coming down. You're gonna make a lot. You're gonna accumulate a lot of coins if nothing else if you wait. You're coming down. And I'll tell you where people are gonna get wrecked. I'll tell you where people are gonna wreck. Here pretty soon, Bitcoin's gonna move down. These altcoins are gonna move down, probably that 70K range, and Bitcoin's gonna start that 20% pump, and these alts are gonna pump, and everybody's gonna say, super cycle, we're going all-time highs, we're going, it's just a pullback, hodl, diamond hands, buy the dip. And then you'll probably never hear from half those folks again because they're going to lose their entire account and close up shop. And we're going to do this. We are going to trade and accumulate both Bitcoin and altcoins, and then we're going to catch every one of these on the way down before we finally bottom out and go. Because this is my fourth time. True, bro. It's true. You hit me up, man. I hope you're still with us in a couple years when we bottom out. But you hit me up. And let me know what some of these guys, because I know you follow XRP, and you let me know what some of those XRP experts are saying then. You let me know. You let me know how they justified their wrong calls on the way down. Oh, it's because of this. It's because of that. If not for this, that would have happened. You could be like, well, Anthony Lee said the whole time we're going to recover this wick, October 10th wick. We're going to mitigate this vector candle, confluent area at the value area high. It's just simple. I follow a guy. There's 5 or 6 people I follow. I used to follow 50 or 60 years ago, but I finally dwindled it down. And now I watch 5 or 6 people on occasion. Somebody was saying the other day, and I believe him. He's legit. He's very legit and very good. About how he's ran into a couple of real Wall Street folks in the day. And, they get to chatting it up, and he asked them what they do. What's your secret? How do you guys, how the big players do it? What do they do? And they told him, like, the general strategy that they use, and he said he just looked so confused. And he said, and I looked at both of them, and I said, that's it? You keep it that simple? And I'm like, yeah, it's just simple. He said, only retail, which is us, he said, retail overcomplicates it. We keep it simple. Like, value area high, point of control, value area low, Fibonacci levels. They keep it simple. They're not looking to micro trade all this. They want the big trades. They keep it simple. And he's like, that's it? That's all you do? And there we go. That's really all we do. And it's so easy when you zoom out. It's just so easy when you zoom out. I promise you, Thanos, and I'm not knocking you, bro. Nobody thought we could come here from here. Nobody. Nobody thought we could come here from here. Nobody thinks from here we can come here. No, bro. You can and you will. Actually got a good little trend line here too. You can see that little trend line right there. Oh, not to mention all this stuff. But I don't think you ever come back here again. Anyway, all right, guys. We have any questions? Any more coins? I'll take a look. If not, I'm gonna roll. Let's look at Bitcoin one more time. See what Bittercorn's doing. Let me refresh. I've got alerts set on our levels. I'm looking to take a trade today. Tomorrow at the latest, a big trade. Okay, guys. I didn't want to nickel and dime this little nothing right here. This is nothing. I don't want to nickel and dime this because we're looking for the big trade. I'm either looking for the 20-25% trade down or the 20-25% trade up. I think you're going to get both. I just don't know which one you get first. And I don't care. I don't care. I put these on the chart, and I'll add another one for you on the chart. All right, so you got these. This is what I'm looking for. But I don't know which one comes first, and I'm going to throw a third on here for you guys. A long position. And don't know where we come to, okay? But I'm going to say somewhere around 71K. Something like this. And I'm going to look to take it probably to about there-ish. If you even get there. If you even get there. Something like that, guys. And I just don't know which one we get first. And it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care which one we get first. I'm just ready when we get there. And, you know, normally, guys, like when we're in this area here, like I'm trading with you guys all day, every day. We were trading. We're doing live VIP. I'm posting trades. You can't do that here. You can't do that. This is impulsive, okay? This is constructive. This is impulsive. You can't do that here. So when you got these impulse moves up or down, you just have to wait for your targets, and we're just not there. We had the target here. We took the trade there. We closed it already. Closed it here. Waited for the bounce. We retook it here. Closed that here. We should have stayed in it, but we didn't. So we did catch both of these trades. And now we're just waiting on our bounce trade. We just haven't gotten it. It's just not there. So that's what we're looking for, guys. And the way it's looking, probably something like that. I know it just moved my charts a little bit. The way it's looking, there it is. All right, guys. Well, if we don't have any questions, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for showing up today. It means the world to me. I love our little community. I love helping you guys. Don't be afraid to direct message me in Discord. If you want to join our Discord, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. You can join our Discord from there or the links below in the description. Join us on KCEX, KCEX Trading.com or MEXC Trading.us. These are the trades we're looking for, guys. We're ready for them. And first of all, this long, if we get this, it may not come to there. We could just end it right there. So this would be the max I'd look for, but we could just come for this and head down. So I'd be ready to short here or here. I would certainly look to TP right here. If we got this trade, I would look to TP right here. Maybe not fully, maybe half my position, and shoot for the other half up in here. All right, West Coast. Let me know, guys, in chat. If you're interested in alts, you have alts you want me to look at, let me know in Discord chat or direct message me, and I'll take a look at them for you. And if you want on the 1% trades, if not, you're going to get the 5% and better, and there's going to be plenty of those. You're going to make a lot on the alts, but just let me know. Thanks, Revamp. I appreciate it, bro. Umer, did I say that right? Umer? Join us, bro. Join us. Subscribe to the channel. We go live every single day at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time for the U.S. Market Open. This is what we're looking for. Don't start believing that weekly divergence narrative SFP crap. I showed you why, guys. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm always going to keep it real with you, always. I don't care. I'm not in this to make money from you. I make money in the charts, and I want you to make money with me. All right, guys. Umer, I'll see you later. Carry Ben's on.